Hello everyone, this is Ritika and welcome to my article review session. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Harvard Business School article, What Coronavirus Could Mean for the Global Economy. And this is authored by Philip Carlson, Martin Reeves, and Paul Schwartz. The contents of this article include what are markets telling us? What would a COVID 19 induced recession look like? What is the likely recovery path? Will there be any lasting economic consequences of COVID 19? What should leaders do in relation to economic risks? Coming to the first part of the article, the author discusses how events such as valuation of safe assets such as gold have spiked sharply and how US bonds and equity valuations have fallen to record low, and how all these events indicate the heading of the economy towards a global recession. Coming to the second part of the article, what would a COVID 19 induced recession look like? The recession could take place in three forms. It could be a real recession, policy recession, or a financial crisis. A real recession is characterized by sharp decline in economic activity. It is usually in the form of two consecutive quarters of decline in economy as reflected by GDP in conjunction with other indicators such as rise in unemployment, decline in wholesale retail sales, decline in industrial production, decline in real income. It could be a policy recession. A policy recession is characterized by a situation wherein central banks leave policy rates at a very high rate, tightening the financial conditions, or it could be a worse situation such as financial crisis. A financial crisis is a situation wherein asset prices are in steep decline, businesses and consumers are unable to pay off their debts, and financial institutions are in shortage of liquidity. Coming to the next part, what is the likely recovery path? The path back to growth under COVID 19 will depend on a range of drivers such as the degree to which the demand will be delayed or forgone, whether the shock is truly a spike or last, or whether there is structural damage among other factors. Taking into all these scenarios, we can say that the recovery path could either follow three, that is the V, U, or L path. Coming to the paths of recovery, a V-shaped recovery is characterized by steep decline followed by sharp rise. A V-shaped recovery is characterized by sustained growth, and it is considered as one of the best case recovery scenarios in case of a recession. A U-shaped recovery is considered as the uglier sibling of V. Uh, a U-shaped recession is longer than a V-shaped recession and has less clearly defined trough. Uh, in this kind of recession, the GDP may shrink for several quarters, and the return to growth is usually very slow. Uh, Coming to L-shaped recovery, this is considered as one of the worst case scenarios, and uh, the L-shaped recovery is characterized by very slow rate of recovery with persistent unemployment, stagnant growth. The L-shaped recoveries occur following an economic recession characterized by very steep decline in economy, and the growth rate is also very steep in this scenario. Coming to the lasting economic consequences of COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic would directly hit the consumer confidence. There would be less spending, and people would be more inclined to saving. Uh, there'll also be a significant change in consumer buying behavior as markets fall and household wealth contracts. Household savings rates will move up, and therefore causing reduction in consumption. This COVID-19 would also significantly impact supply chain. It would result in disruption of the supply chain, causing gaps with travel restriction domestically and globally. This would cause disruptions in traditional road and ship transportation. uh, the microeconomic impact of COVID-19 could include adoption of new technologies and business models. For instance, the SARS outbreak of 2003 is often credited for making the Chinese people adopt to online technology, therefore causing uh, a significant boom to the company Alibaba. The macroeconomic impact of COVID-19 would include a long-term uh, contraction in GDP, loss of jobs, global rise in unemployment, decrease in national income, decrease in wholesale and retail sales. COVID-19 would also have a huge political impact. The kind of measures political leaders are taking to counter the pandemic and reduce its impact would in turn help them boost or lead to downfall of their public image. Uh, this pandemic is the author opines that this pandemic also would have a significant impact on the outcome of the US election. Coming to the end of the article, the author gives suggestions as to what world leaders could do in relation to the economic risks. First is to not allow financial market gyrations to cloud judgment about the business one is leading, and to focus on consumer confidence signals, to trust one's own instincts, and to know how to leverage one's company's data in calibrating such insights. And the last one is to prepare for the plan for the best and to prepare for the worst trajectories, and to keep in mind that a V-shaped recovery could be a possible scenario.